If you bored, then stop complaining. Tap into Slightlee daily. Pods and blogs and playlists. Everyday entertainment. Slightly to the daily. Slight to the lead to the. If you bored, then stop complaining. Tap into Slightlee daily. Pods and blogs and playlists. Everyday entertainment. Slightly to the daily. Slight to the lead to the daily.
Welcome back to the Slightlee Daily Podcast. This is episode number 75. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Welcome back. It's just me all alone on the couch. Yeah, guys. This is episode 75. It's been really hard for me to find guests recently, so I had to get it in. I had to get it going. I had to pour myself a little red wine, solo dolo on this Wednesday. I'm going to try and get this podcast out Thursday morning, but I have been struggling to find some guests, so I had to get it in. It was bothering me. I've only put out one podcast in the last 2 weeks or so I had to get it in. But first, I'm going to give you guys an abbreviated version of this because I recorded this off camera, already did this once. But this is a random conversation I had with myself internally before I started this episode. To all my content creators out there, all my podcasters, all my people on camera and whatnot, I know how you feel. You don't want to be a repeat outfit wearer. Trust me, I know. So, before every episode, I look in the mirror, I say, okay, have I worn this shirt? Did I wear the shirt in the last podcast? Did I wear the shirt in the month before that? And then I kind of gauge it because I don't want to look broke as fuck because, I ain't got the biggest closet and all, but, I got to throw some variety. I can't just be wearing the same hoodie in every podcast episode. But anyway, so I've had this shirt for a while, for a few years. And I looked in the mirror and I was like, have I worn this on camera? Went through the thumbnails on YouTube, scrolled all the way through to the very bottom. I'd never worn this on camera before. So boom, there we go. We got past that. I had already said that once, low key, but yeah. So I got this what's new with Slightlee Daily just as a whole, as a unit. I got this new audio recorder and it's really dope. Obviously, I didn't know how to use it 5 minutes ago, so this is my first time actually using it, but it's really dope and convenient. It's literally just this little box right here, and then the mic hooks up and then the headphones hook up right to it. It takes out the whole computer and interface for all like my tech people out there, but it makes it way less bulky. Like up here, all I have is standing up on the table behind it. I got the arm hooked up to the table and then my camera right in front of me, and that's it. Otherwise, any other episode, there was a laptop, a cord, and then another box of the interface. So, I mean, we're seeing how this goes. Just went and bought some fresh new batteries. Comment below, what kind of when y'all go to the store, what kind of batteries do y'all get? Are y'all just getting the generic joints, or are y'all just getting the generic batteries, or are y'all like team Duracell, or are you team like Energizer? Because I was really having this conversation with myself. I've been having a lot of conversations with myself, which is today, which is kind of fitting. But I had this conversation with myself. I was at Walgreens. I walked in there. I was like, okay, I'm about to go get some batteries. So I was like, all right, I'm about to get some batteries. So I walked in there and I was like, let's see. I could go get the Dollar General generic brand, or I could spend the extra money and get that Duracell and the little peel box. Y'all know what I'm talking about? So I got the little box with the peel off on it that apparently says that it what does it say? That it lasts for 12 hours in storage or some shit. I don't know, but yeah. So I got two Duracell people here. I mean, I don't know what it is, guys, but Team Duracell all the way. I don't know what it is about Duracell, but shout out Duracell. Fuck Energizer. Fuck the Energizer bunny. It's the tricks are for kids bunny. The tricks are for kids bunny would beat the Energizer bunny's ass. Who do you think would win in a fight? Honestly, like I don't care that man is banging a drum and shit. That shit don't mean nothing. Wow, so this is low key like a mile marker right here. This is low key a mile marker in the podcast. We are 3/4 of a century in. Episode number 75. Real question: do you think Duracell even lasts much longer? See, that's a good question, man. That's a good question. I hope so. I wanted to get some heavy duty batteries for this little contraption here because I don't want the shit to die, in the middle of a fucking episode. So I don't know. It's a good question though. Also, let's just go ahead and just say this too. Panasonic would kill Duracell. Ooh, outlaw. See, that must be like a New York thing. I don't know, man. Panasonic over Duracell. Okay, but you know what I'm talking. But you guys know what I'm talking about though, with the little peel, the new like peel resealable package with the 12 batteries in it. I don't know. It looks more legit. It feels more legit. Also, let's just go ahead and say this too. It's red wine over white wine all day. All day. I'm not drinking no more. I'm not drinking no more. And I'm not talking about no. What's that one? What's the one with the kangaroo on the thing? Yellowtail. We're not drinking no more Yellowtail. Like we're drinking like some $10.99, $11.99 a bottle joints. Which, if you really think about it, is actually still cheap because there's bottles of wine that are priceless and hundreds upon hundreds of dollars, but thousands even. Shit, there's wine sitting in a cellar somewhere that's worth as much as this whole apartment complex that I live in. Red wine the way? Yeah. I think red wine it for the average drinker, it may be a little too much because red wine has this like bitterness, this like cut to it, but that's kind of what I like about it. I like the punch to it. It's hard to explain, but I like the alcohol-y taste. White wine to me tastes more like juice. It's like too easy to drink. And like if you're a real drinker, there's something about like finishing a drink or a glass or like a can of beer. It's like a journey almost. White wine is still fire though. Don't get me wrong though. Also, I hear if you put batteries in the fridge, they last longer because it slows down all the bullshit inside. Science. I mean, if that's true, that's interesting. I've never heard of that before, but that's interesting. Batteries in the fridge. Honestly, that sounds a little dangerous, but fuck it. We got Austin's Lost in this here, in this Instagram live here. One day, guys, I'm gonna be able to go live on this motherfucker, like this show. Like we'll be able to go live on YouTube one day. I just, I gotta make some improve. Well, I gotta get some upgrades going. I need like a big ass PC. I need to get a better camera and shit. Let's do this. Let's talk about flat Earth. Outlaw says let's talk about flat Earth. All right. The age-old question, is the Earth flat? If someone was to come up to me and say, "Yo, Slight, do you think the Earth is flat?" I would say no. But it's rather interesting that it's been such a age-old debate, like thousands of years of debate have gone on about, is the Earth round or is the Earth flat? I think there's very compelling arguments for the flat Earth theory, the ice wall and shit, and but I'm not buying it. I don't know, man. What do you guys think in the comments? If the Earth was flat, then that would open. If the Earth was flat, that would open a can of worms. Like that would snowball into so much other stuff. If the Earth was flat, then that would mean that we live in some sort of dome, and then that would mean that we're the only things, only people, well, only entities that exist in the whole universe, damn near. Like, that would mean that nothing else exists. Space isn't real. That would mean that, like, the sky is some sort of, like, LCD screen. Yeah. So Outlaw says, on the plane, do you understand it more? It's almost like research. Okay, what if the Earth is flat? Okay, Tyler Patterson says, okay, what if the Earth is flat? Okay, but what can we do with that? Like, what's next? That's a good question. Like, what do you do? I mean, do you, like, what are we gonna gain from it if Tyler came out with like a YouTube video and he was like, guys, I have evidence that the Earth is flat, like, and he proved it, and it was just like, you can't deny it. It was undeniable truth. What's next? Like, what do you do? Outlaw says it allows you to get to a phenomenal fact. I mean, yeah, that's a huge, like, that would mean that we have been lied to forever. And like I said, that would also open this can of worms. It would start this snowball effect where it's like, okay, if this is true, if this isn't true, then also maybe this isn't true too. And then I feel like that would just crumble so much shit. Okay. If we can prove one thing, we will prove everything. Outlaw says, if we can prove one thing, we will prove. Outlaw says, if we can prove one thing, we will prove everything, and then we will decide if we want this Truman Show. Yeah, dude, the Truman Show is such a trippy movie, and honestly, the first time I saw it, it gave me so much anxiety because, I mean, all right, guys, if you've ever watched the Truman Show, I'm not gonna spoil anything. I mean, I kind of am, but like, long story short, this guy lives this entire life, and everyone around him is faking and acting like for a TV show, for entertainment. Like, his whole life is like has hidden cameras and shit, and like he has no idea what's going on ever since he was a baby. Everyone is faking. His friends, his best friends, his parents, everyone is faking it around him. So like, that movie gave me so much anxiety because like it really made me think, like, what if I'm in the Truman Show, and what if every person in this Instagram live and every person watching this on YouTube and shit is just fake, and then they also know see, and then I sound absolutely insane, but they also know that, oh, this is the Slight Show, and this is complete bullshit, and we're just acting it, and then it's just like some sort of crazy social experiment. See, spoiler. Yeah, it did come out a long time ago. Jim Carrey is in it. He's the main character. See, bro, for real. Tyler says, no, for real, on my trippiest moments on acid, I swear, like, that's my life. I know that's crazy, but, well, look, Tyler, let me tell you this right now, and I promise you, I am not acting. I am not fake. I'm a real person. I don't know how else to express it, man. I'm a real person. I know I only met you a couple times, but I am real. But that's the thing, too. How do you know that I'm real? And then this is like a whole nother thing. I'm not trying to just cause a fucking panic attack, but I mean, when Outlaw brought up the Truman Show, man, that's an interesting thing because, well, look, if the Earth came out to be flat and the government released it and they were like, yeah, guys, we've been knowing that the Earth is flat and space is fake, we would all be Truman in that instance. We would all be Jim Carrey in the Truman Show. See, everyone, the insane comes to one end result. All right, Outlaw says, see, everyone, the insane comes to one end result. But if I said there was an end game, hint, hint, we might want that. Therefore, we might want that journey we can choose. Tyler says, exactly, because it could just be me trying to persuade you, or I'm real and I'm just trying to persuade me. Exactly. It is. Exactly, man. But let's not get into this. Let's take it how it is, okay? Because look, I would call myself some sort of conspiracy theorist on some things, but some shit is just like, some shit is way too far. Like you can definitely go too far when it goes into like conspiracy theories and stuff. You can go way too far down some rabbit holes. Now, some of that shit came out to be, true. Like if you go back, I sound like a little history nerd here, but like Gulf of Tonkin. If you look up Gulf of Tonkin from Vietnam, the Vietnam War, basically what happened was the U.S. government is, well, in the 60s, around the Vietnam War when that shit was happening, the U.S. government faked like an attack on their own U.S. military so that it would piss people off, so that it would then make people want to join the Vietnam War. Like, that was a conspiracy back then, and then, like, it was declassified that shit was true. So, back then, people were like, no, you're crazy. There's no way that the government would do that to us. There's no way that's true. Like, come on, man. And then, 30, 40, 50 years passed, and now we know that it was fake. Like, it was a hoax. Like, the Gulf of Tonkin incident was a hoax. Like, Google that shit. It's crazy. And then, like, but also you can go too far, like, the, like, crisis actor stuff. Yeah, exactly, Tyler. War brings money. Like, the crisis actor shit. Like, like the school shooting stuff, and then like some people will say that, oh, all the school shootings and the mass shootings and shit were fake and stuff, and then like they'll try and say that all those people were crisis actors, and okay, that's in very poor taste. Like Alex Jones got banned off of all social media for saying that a certain mass shooting was fake. And, okay, he went a little too far, but has he been right about some stuff? Yeah, he's been right about some stuff, but he missed that one. He swung and missed on that one. Anyway, I do have 2 announcements that I want to make as far as just some housekeeping stuff, some Slightly daily stuff as a brand. First thing, I'll start out with this. I am going to be, how do I say this without saying too much? I am going to be coming out with some merch soon. I don't want to say too much, but I also want you guys to be in the loop. If you actually, whatever. I only get like 20 viewers on this. So I am going to be having a test run, I guess you could say, for like my first drop. I've been working on this for a couple months. Let me get off on this tangent a little bit. So I do a lot of stuff when it comes to this. So a lot of stuff occupies my time. Like, it's not just the podcast. I do like vlogs and stuff on my YouTube channel. I blog a little bit and all kinds of stuff. And then, I want to do merch. I want to work on like merch and clothes and that type of stuff too, because I mean, ultimately, yes, this is fun and like this is a hobby for me, but I'm trying to figure out a way where I can maybe make this a job one day. And as far as podcasts go, you make your money from advertising. You make your money from advertising and merchandising. I threw it out there in the universe. Hey guys, I'm selling ad space. I got no response from that, and that's okay. Also, yeah, guys, just briefly, I'll get off on this tangent inside of a tangent. If you are interested in some ad space at the beginning of a podcast episode, we can talk. We can make that shit happen. I'll work with any budget. I'm not trying to like break banks. I'm just trying to I'm trying to help you guys out, essentially. But anyway, let's get back to the clothes. So I've been working with a couple friends remotely, and I'm gonna do a test trial with some T-shirts soon, like a very limited test trial, just to see like if they'll even sell out. Like this limited stock I have, I'm gonna, when I finish them, I mean, you'll know, I'm gonna do like all sorts of like marketing and a big ass rollout for it. Like there'll be YouTube videos and definitely some pictures. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna get some people to model in it and stuff. That's gonna be cool. But I'm working on, long story short, getting right to the point, I'm working on a very limited test run of some merch just to see if anybody will even buy anything. And then after that, for drop number 2, Tyler says he'd buy a hoodie. Okay, cool. That brings me right to what I was about to say. So drop 1 is going to be a very small quantity of T-shirts. And I know it's probably bad timing because it's winter, but like I'm going to try it out. And then for drop number 2, if it produces the numbers and like if it gets the response that I'm wanting and you know I'm pleased with, it's gonna be like a more extensive drop. I don't want to sit here and say I'm gonna have 2 types of hoodies and blah blah blah. Like there'll be more stuff. Like, you know, definitely a hoodie is consideration. You know, maybe, you know, obviously whenever brands do these types of things, they want to make hats and all this kind of stuff. And like, yeah, eventually we'll get there. But like for step 1, I'm going to do a very limited quantity of a T-shirt design. Nothing crazy, but I'm going to make it happen. And just to kind of test the waters, see who's interested, and then going from there, that'll then kind of tell me how much I should order in stock, and also like how many different kind of products I should do, like if I should do, you know, how many different types of clothes and stuff I should do. So that's announcement number 1. Announcement number 2 is, so today is the November 18th, if I'm not mistaken. I uploaded to YouTube my first podcast November 29th, 2019. So that's in like 11 days. So I am going to be doing my best at creating like a super mega podcast, 1-year anniversary special of the podcast. I'm extending this to literally any person, my friends, previous guests, new guests, anybody can be a part of this. I want this to be the biggest podcast ever, the longest one ever. I don't care. The longest one I've had so far is 2 hours. We got to shatter that shit. I'm going to try and create this mega podcast, and literally the only topic is going to be, well, I don't want to say the only topic, but the main topic, we are just going to talk about Slightlee Daily and celebrating Slightlee Daily, because so many people have been a part of this brand and have been a part of this journey with me, and I couldn't have done it without any of my guests, any of the people who have helped me create this shit, anybody who's been a part of this in any way. So when I do this, and I'm also going to make a little video, I'll probably put it on YouTube too, but I'm going to make a video announcing like when I'm going to do it, I guess, and how I'm going to do it. But I want you guys, I'm going to extend it to anybody who wants to be a part of it. I'm going to do, what I'll probably do is I'm going to try and get me and 3 guests for like one segment, and then I want people to call in I might try and get people to Zoom call in. I think it would be dope if somehow we just had a super mega large podcast with callers like calling in and shit like it's the radio. You know what I'm saying? And then just like putting the shit up to the mic and just chopping it up 5-10 minutes, bouncing out, saying a couple words about Slightly Daily, how you feel about the podcast, how you feel about being on it. And like basically, yeah. So what I'm trying to do for this 1 year extravaganza is create just this big ass celebration of Slightly Daily, because it's been almost a year. So yeah, I will be here. I know it's gonna happen. I don't know who exactly is gonna be in it, but whoever, this is the invitation I'm extending. What I'm really urging for is like people to call in. I think that would be so fucking dope if I just, people were calling and blowing up my phone and stuff, and just having people come and chat with me for 5 minutes and just like making it a big thing, like literally like a party, a celebration, like a party inside of the podcast. Like, I mean, so those are my two announcements, I guess you could say, I have for this episode. We're at about 26 minutes. I just wanted to tap in with you guys because this is another thing too. It's been so hard for me to find guests recently, like so hard. And I know coronavirus is fucking up a lot of people's lives, and COVID has just changed shit. COVID has just changed how the whole human race operates. And I'm sure that has a little bit to do with it. And then also, we're fucking grown people too. And motherfuckers have jobs. And I'm so grateful and appreciative of anyone who gives me their time. And it's Wednesday right now. Hopefully I can get another one. Or I want to try and get 2 more done this weekend. I'm going to try. I'm not going to say the names because I don't want them to happen. But I think I have a couple big ones coming. Yeah. One last thing I want to close up with is I'm going to end it right here. But I really do appreciate you guys. A Slightly Daily Quarantine Radio. Something like that. Something like that, man. Tyler, man, come on the podcast sometime if you want, bro. Just shoot me a DM, man. Yeah, but I'm going to end this episode right here. I wanted to make this very brief. Like I said at the very, very beginning, for you podcast skippers right here, because I know some of you people just be skipping to the end or skipping through this shit. But I'm so OCD when it comes to like my content and shit. And I did put out a vlog today, vlog number 31, which is always huge. But this podcast is like something different. It's just something different. It's it comes way more. It's way more natural. Like with the vlogs and stuff, it takes a little bit of more like creativity, and like it takes a little more brain power to like create them. So it's a little more taxing mentally. With this, it's not like I don't feel I'm not like, oh shit, I gotta go edit this podcast. Like it's not like taxing physically or mentally. But with the vlogs, I still enjoy doing them. I love it, but it takes a little bit of like motivation for me to like get up and go edit that shit, because it takes a little work. It really does. But yeah, I wanted to just tap in with you guys because I only put out 1 episode in the last couple weeks. I've been hurting for guests. It's been so hard to find guests. And also I haven't done a solo podcast in over a month, at least, probably since September. I think September was the last solo one I did. And I like to tap in every so often and kind of give you guys just me in front of the camera. And also, it's just been hard for me to find guests. But, yeah, let's wrap this bad boy up. The Slightly Daily Podcast, episode 75. Be on the lookout for merch. A very limited supply of merch. This is going to be very limited. And then Slightly Daily Mega Podcast 1 year party extravaganza coming in the next week or so. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Final thing, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at 200 subs. I will be doing a giveaway. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts. Leave a 5-star review. That's how you can show some love. Follow on Spotify podcasts. Yeah, guys.